Hi, everyone. Welcome. Good morning and good afternoon for wherever you're joining us, whenever you're joining us. We are going to give a couple of minutes for people to join. Just to let you know that this meeting is recording and it will be transcribed as well. So we'll send you the video recording after the webinar has finished.
Thanks.
Okay. Welcome, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Eugene.
Morning.
A real bright shirt you got on, Gene. Looks nice.
Well, it's a bright day so far.
Just to let you know that we also have a live chat going to ask questions. So please feel free to chat in it at any time. But we will also have questions and answers at the end. So if you want to have something answered before then, you just put it in the chat and we'll do the best to answer that. If not, you can wait until the end of the webinar for the questions and answers section. Thank you very much for joining us here. So we are going to start. We are pleased to be with you. We are glad you to take some time out of the day to learn about how to increase productivity and save money and automate process. Give me 1 second to put my camera. Okay. Okay, and if I can ask you guys, like, if you just can switch off the camera, the rest of the attendees, so we can just focus on the presentation. Only if you can help me with that. I think I don't have permissions to do that, but yeah. Okay, let's start. So, before we dive into today's session, I would like to offer a quick introduction for myself and the rest of the team. My name is Leire Hernandez, and I have the privilege of serving as the head of the App Dev department at CCS Group, right here in Bermuda, for the last 2 years. And I had the pleasure of calling Bermuda home for the past 5 years. My passion for technology has been a constant companion through my career, which has now exceeded 13 years. I bring to the table experience and expertise in technology solutions and their application to real-world business challenges. In addition to my role, I have a master's degree in software development. I'm Microsoft certified trainer, Teams administrator, and SQL Server associate. Eugene, if you want to continue with your introduction.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Eugene Phillips. I'm the VP for Service Management, Service Delivery here at CCS. I've got over 30 years of experience in the IT industry, Bachelor of Business Management, Computer Business Systems, worked in the insurance, the banking industry, worked as a consultant. I do have project management certifications as well as process delivery certifications as well. And my role here at the organization is to make you, the customer, happy, to have a good customer experience. So I work with Lady and her team. I work with the consultants, and I also work with you as the client. So it's great to meet you, and I look forward to being a part of the rest of this webinar.
Thank you, Eugene. Aruna, if you want to continue.
Yeah, hi, I've just turned my camera on as well. Okay, hi. So yeah, my name is Aruna Lalji, and I've been at CCS here for 2 years as a senior consultant, having 20 years experience within IT development. Being from the UK, I started my career with a global finance company. And since moving to Bermuda 16 years ago, I've been almost exclusively working within the insurance and reinsurance industry. My initial contract with CCS was as a business and technical analyst for a SharePoint migration project. But more recently, I've also moved into the support and development of their Power Platform systems, being a Power Platform Fundamentals certified. Thank you.
Thank you, Aruna. And Lee, if you can take some time to introduce yourself. Lee, we cannot hear you.
Sorry. How about
Yeah,
now?
we can hear
Sorry
you
about
now.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Lee here, out of Vancouver, Canada. I've worked out here with the federal government since 2009, and I've been contracting with CCS for about 2.5 years now, both working on internal projects as well as for CCS clients. Over the past 15 years, I've gained a lot of experience as a developer as well as consulting, advertising stakeholders on a variety of IT-related projects. I've also gained project manager skills and the competency to provide training and technical experience to users as required. My skill sets are basically developer skill sets, .NET application development primarily, as well as Microsoft's Power BI, Power Automate, and Business Central. And I'm currently working towards getting my Salesforce certification.
Thank you, Lee. Very good. Okay, let's continue then. So we are going to see what we are going to cover in the agenda. So we are going to start with a brief introduction to CCS Group. We are going to continue with another introduction to the app dev department. We are going to have a brief overview about the Office 365 tools and their capabilities. Probably you are not using them. I'm not sure if you are. If not, that's fine. We just want to give this quick overview because all of our real case scenarios are using these tools, and we can also integrate and use these tools to connect to your systems. If you have any legacy systems that you want to or migrate, or you want to keep using it, but you want also to automate, we can integrate these Office 365 tools that we are going to present with any system that you are currently using. The real cases and scenarios that we are going to see today is the claims management system. It's going to be presented by Aruna. Expense management system, also presented by Aruna. We are going to have an example of a chatbot business guide using the Bermuda Economic Development use case that they allow us to use. So thanks for that. This is also going to be presented by Aruna. Then we are going to see a contract management system presented by Lee, a store tracker and feedback collector presented by Lee as well, utilization report presented by Lee, and myself, I will present a use case, employee change notification, and the KPI performance review system. And then we'll have some time for the questions and answers, but please feel free to put in the chat if you have any questions, okay? And you want to be answered them before. Okay. Eugene, quick introduction to CCS Group, if you want to start.
Thanks, Lede. So even in the midst of the incoming storm, Lee, information technology is still going on, right? We're still being a part of this technology. And so I want to introduce everyone to CCS. We know CCS. For those that may be international, you may not know a lot about CCS. So we're, an information technology company, and we stand out as pioneers and trailblazers, and that's what we'd like to see ourselves as. Obviously, we're hailing from the picturesque island of Bermuda. CCS is not just an IT company. For over 40 years, this full-service firm has stretched its expertise globally across Bermuda, the Caribbean, North America, and Europe, making its mark in innovative and advanced communication solutions and top-tier consulting services. Imagine the dedication required to consistently deliver large-scale projects, not only on time, but also within budget. This level of precision and a keen eye for detail have positioned CCS as a top contender in the IT landscape. The organization's reputation is not just based on its ability to implement advanced technologies, it's how we execute with professionalism, and a thorough design approach and unmet support services. And CCS doesn't just provide solutions, we add tangible value to our clients and enterprises. At the heart of CCS lies a mission that encapsulates its drive: continually deliver high performance, innovative technology solutions to our clients through our experience, knowledge, and dedication to service excellence. This ethos isn't just a statement, it's a commitment that's evident in our everyday operations. And while the technology industry is ever evolving, CCS remains ahead of the curve. And one of its guiding principles states this: change is a part of our industry. We will lead the market by embracing change and expect our team to meet or exceed our evolving customer demands. This adaptability and forward-thinking mindset is why we remain at the forefront. However, what truly fuels CCS is its people. As rightly pointed out, our success is because of our team, a team that respects individuality and is accountable for its actions and commitments. This dedication to honesty, reliability, and trustworthiness cements our bond with customers. So, in conclusion, CCS Group isn't just about technology, it's about innovation, trust, and a commitment to excellence. In a rapidly changing digital age, CCS stands as a beacon of reliability and progress, ever ready to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Back to you,
Thank you
Leila.
very much. Thanks. Thanks, Eugene. Okay. If you don't have any questions, let's continue with a brief introduction to the app dev department. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. So, introduction to the app dev department. So basically, we are doing from the planning, design, development, testing, delivery, and maintenance. So we take care about the whole process of your company. We are focused on a streamlined process. We are focused on saving up money, and those are our main core values. So we are focusing build an open and honest relationship with customers, solutions to help and empower the customers. We are the 3 A's: effectiveness, efficiency, and experience. We, of course, pursue constant growth and learning and upskilling. So we are constantly getting certified. New technology comes. We are jump to see what's there, what value can bring to our customers, and we embrace and drive change to enable ourselves and our customers. So the mission that we have is empower users. So we use technology to empower users. So for example, we are going to introduce briefly the Power Platform, but this is a very good way to empower users because it's a technology that everyone can use. You don't need to be a savvy, you don't need to be an expert to use. So that's our main mission. We also deliver training to make sure our customers are satisfied and they can use the solutions that we provide. We innovate all the time, so we are very innovative. We collaborate, so we believe through collaboration we can innovate, we can get great ideas. We come from different backgrounds, different cultures, and this is why this is so important, because different perspectives, different ideas come on the way when we come from different backgrounds and different cultures, and then we are focusing drive efficiency. Our vision is leading the evolution of cost-effective excellence. So we are focused on saving costs to the companies by using technology, mainly that. These are the main solutions and services that we provide. A very quick overview, okay? We deliver training. We are going to see that later. I'm myself Microsoft certified trainer, so we deliver mainly Microsoft training, but we can also create custom training. We have an expert, Aruna, in business analysis and project management. We are also experts in digital transformation and consulting. If you are planning to introduce new technologies into your company or change the way that employees work. We are experts in digital transformation, integration, data analytics, CRM solutions like Salesforce. We are getting certified now. Modern work, content and collaboration, anything that can bring efficiency into your company, okay? So those are the solutions and services that we provide. If you don't have any questions right now, I'm gonna continue with the next slide, okay? So we are gonna see very briefly what is SharePoint. I know most of you are not technical people, so I'm not gonna focus so much in technicalities, but more in what SharePoint can offer, okay? SharePoint is just an enterprise content management system, and it's being used in different ways. So it brings sites, communities. You can use it for content, search, insights, composites. So all of this works together to create an ecosystem for information sharing and teamwork. So basically with SharePoint, you have an enterprise content management system. If you have a company that has a lot of content, right? And you don't know how to manage this content. Well, with SharePoint, you have version control, it's secure. Previous versions were on premises, but now it's online. You can share files in a safe way. You have lists and libraries that they are customized, so it's a great platform for you to manage content, okay? The benefits that can bring, okay? Transitioning to SharePoint can reduce content management costs up to 40%. So you don't have to have like physical storage, you don't have printing, manual document handling. That's how you can save money using SharePoint. Enhance customer engagement. You can create custom portals using SharePoint that can lead to 20% of increasing customer engagement, drive sales growth. You can integrate SharePoint with another CRM tools, with like Salesforce, for example, and you can have a 15% boost in sales conversions. 30% of cost savings, because you can deliver an average cost savings of 30% compared to traditional content management systems, okay? So those are the main benefits. This is a platform we are going to use in our use cases. Then I'm sure like most of you already know Teams, but in case you don't know, like it brings a few features like chat, collaboration, apps and workflows. You can integrate it with other applications, meetings and calls. So it basically brings together all of these. So how can you help you? Well, you can replace other communications tools and you can just use Teams for everything, right? So it can save us to 30%, eliminate to have like separate conferencing tools, separate chats, separate collaboration solutions. You have everything in one solution. Time savings. It can save employees up to 4 hours per week, because it reduces time spending switching between applications, searching for information, if you use it properly, okay? Reduce email overload. Teams can lead up to 40% reduction in internal email usage. I'm sure you have like these issues of, oh, I have so many emails in the inbox that, I don't see any email. That I want to find a specific email, I cannot find it because there are so many emails in my inbox. Well, using Teams can reduce the amount of emails you receive, and can also is being used for instant chats, right? If you want to an answer instantly, you don't use Outlook, you use Teams. You can create a urgent message with Teams as well. Customer support efficiency. For customer support teams can improve response times as well up to 20%. And obviously something that everyone has experienced during COVID, remote work enablement, right? So during remote work, you had to work from home. Teams can increase employee productivity up to 70%, and improve remote team collaboration. Basically, Teams is for collaboration. Chats collaboration integrates with other apps, meetings and calls, okay? And finally, we are just going to see very briefly the Power Platform that we are going to also use in most of our use cases. So in Power Platform, we have different components. We have the Power Apps, which is just a user-friendly tool for building custom apps. It helps people create applications for different needs without needing to write complex code. We have Power Automate. Power Automate is just like a digital assistant that helps automate repetitive tasks and processes into your work. Then we have Power BI. This is just a tool that helps you to understand and visualize the data. So it takes complex information and turns into easy to read reports and dashboards. So in this way, you can make quick decisions based on data. Then we have Power Virtual Agents. Imagine having a chatbot that can answer questions or perform tasks for you. With Power Virtual Agents, you can create these chatbots without needing to be a computer expert. You don't need code, drag and drop tasks, and then you have your chatbots. And these chatbots can even work with other systems. You don't need to have the Microsoft or the Power Platform, or you can integrate into your website if you want. Okay, you have a company website, you can integrate it there. And then finally, we have the newest addition of the Power Platform, that is Power Pages. And Power Pages is for creating business websites without needing deep technical skills. It's perfect for making websites that you want to set externally, that they work well on computers and mobile devices, and you can use it to share information with customers or partners or to promote your company. Benefits, cost savings, first of all, replacing multiple standalone applications. So Power Platform can lead up to 30% of savings. Then the app development enables up to 50% of reduction in app development time, which is great. You know, like us as the developers, before projects were getting big, if a customer came to us for a change, if it was a small change, if you were just doing pure development, how long it takes for you to make this change, how long it takes you to maintain a custom application, right? But using Power Apps, it's a low-code app development. You do it really quick. If there is a change, you know exactly where to change. We can collaborate. We have multiple developers working in the same app. Easy to use, easy to teach also for other people, even people that they are non-IT people can use them and can make a small change in Power Apps, in Power BI, everything actually. And now, well, I don't know if you're familiar, but it's going to be released Office 365 Copilot, Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is going to be even easier to build applications and to build everything, you know. So yeah, those are the main benefits. So if you don't have any questions, let me know if any questions. But if you don't have any questions, we are going to jump to the first use case, which is the management system. But please let me know if any questions beforehand. I'm going to just go to the chat right now just to see. Okay. No questions? Okay. So let me see the chat. Okay, no questions, right? Okay, so I'm going to hand this to Aruna for the first use case, okay?
All right, thanks, Lyra. So yeah, the first use case we're going to go through is the expense management system. So in today's business environment, efficient expense management is crucial. To streamline the expense reporting process, we can present the My Expenses application. So this application leverages Microsoft Power Apps to provide a user-friendly and simple platform for tracking and reporting expenses. So in terms of problem identification, the traditional expense management processes often involve manual, paper-based methods that are time-consuming, error-prone, and lack real-time visibility. So these outdated methods can lead to various challenges such as tedious data entry, where employees spend significant time manually entering expenses, leading to errors, perhaps in inefficiencies. There could be approval bottlenecks where managers face challenges in timely reviewing and approving of expense claims. And also delayed reimbursement, where employees experience delays in receiving reimbursements due to slow processing. So for the solution, we've got here the Microsoft Power Apps Expenses Application, which is a solution that addresses these challenges by offering the following features. So we've got intuitive expense submission, where employees can easily capture expenses on their mobile devices through a user-friendly interface, and automated approvals, where the application streamlines the approval process by routing expense reports to the respective managers for quick review and approval. And the expense application offers several key benefits. We've got some time and cost savings, where automating expense management reduces manual effort, leading to time and cost savings for employees and finance teams. We have an enhanced visibility, where real-time tracking and reporting provide a clear view of expenses, enabling better financial planning and decision-making, and faster reimbursement, where automated approvals expedite the expense approval process, resulting in faster reimbursement for employees. So if we just move on to the application itself, so I'll share my screen. Okay, so hopefully you can all see my screen now. So here we have the My Expense application. You can see here where you've got your open expenses, pending, approved, and all expenses that you may have entered into the application. So to go ahead, and you've got here the amounts under these buckets. To go ahead and add in a new expense report, so you can go click here to add a new report. You can put the date in. So I say I want from Monday to today. Say this is a conference travel expense. Pick the approver. In my case, I'm just going to pick myself because I want to show how the approval emails will come to me. But normally, you'd pick somebody else, and pick the cost center, CCS. Okay, so you've generated your report here. Now to add in the actual expense line items. So click to add the line item. Do the accommodation. Business needs, and just put in $200. I can save and add in another line item. So let's pick food and beverage. $2. Save. So as you can see now, you've very easily created your expense report. You've put in your accommodation, business needs, food and beverage, and then you can submit. So you can see it's moved to pending to show that it's awaiting approval. And what you can do whilst we're waiting for the email to come through, like I said, you've got the different buckets here. You can also sort by date. So if you want to, go from your most recent expenses, you can see it in that way. Just get the email to come through. And actually also to show that you can also edit. So we go to pending here. If I wanted to edit this one here, click on the edit. So I want to change the approver, update. And then we've got the approver here having updated. So if we go back to here. There we go. So you can see how the approvals have all worked fully automated. I can now put in my approval comments. So again, this would normally go through to a manager, proof of payment, submit. Now we go back to, if I refresh, it will take some time, but then it will move to approved, and you can see once you open, it will have the approved comments through here, approve a payment. And so you can see very easily how inputting on a mobile device, very easy to put in your payments, go through to the manager, it will come through on their email, or you can even have it linked to Teams, very easy to go in on your phone, approve, put in the comments, and then it will come up and you can see approve a payment. So if we go back to the presentation, Lyra, if you wouldn't mind sharing
Thank you,
that.
Rana. Thanks for this. Yep, 1 second. Okay. Share the screen again. And we are gonna see. Okay. 1 second. Okay, where's the meeting? There, here. Okay. So the second use case that we have, Neruna is going to present, is the claims management system.
Okay, so the claims management system. So imagine we have a company, Bermuda Insurance Company, claims are received, they're input into their claim systems by claim handlers. Those claims then have to be approved by claim managers who go into that system on an ad hoc basis. So there might be a delay from the time that claims are input to when they are approved for payment. From that system, there's no easy way to build real-time graphical reports that can be used on an interactive basis. In other words, unable to drill into reports or slicing and dicing the information. So instead, by using the different elements of the Power Platform, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, we can create an integrated system which will allow for claims inputs by the handlers, automated notification for managers for them to approve those claims, which can even be done from their work devices, as it doesn't require them to go into the claims transaction system. And it will also allow for interactive reporting via Power BI. So in this example, we'll be using a SharePoint list to demonstrate its collaborative nature as a platform for content management. But within the Power Platform, the hundreds of data connectors it supports, there are several data sources that we could connect to, including, of course, Dataverse, which is another part of the Power Platform. So if I share my screen. So as you can see now, we've got the SharePoint list for the claims transaction. We've got the different colours here for your different insured, claim types, and for the approval status. We could just enter details here on the SharePoint list, but we want to provide the option for easy inputs of data when people are on the field, as well as being in the office. And so an application which can be used on both the PC and a smartphone is more effective here. So what we can do, we can actually use a customization for the SharePoint list so that, and if I show you here, we can just use a customization which indicates that we want inputs to be made via the application that we're going to create, rather than doing it here on the SharePoint list. So if we show you the app that goes behind it. So here we have the claims transaction. So all of these transactions here are what we're showing on the list. and you can see the different colors depending on the status of the transaction. So whether it's been rejected, approved, and we've got pending ones as well here. So to add in a new claim transaction, we can come in here. It will automatically give you the next claim reference. Then we can go ahead and pick our insured, pick our claim type. And again, depending on what claim type you've picked, we can do cascading fields here. So as you can see, it's automatically bringing up the type relating to the property claim type. Just to show you, if I picked another one, homeowners, for example, you can see they've changed here, depending on the claim type that we've picked. So let's say we're going to go with the homeowners. Building, incident date, we'll put in our incident date. Claim description, it's going to put in a claim amount, put in our claim amount. If we want, we could attach a file. So we go into we can attach an invoice, just an example invoice. As you can see, the approval status is automatically set to pending. So then when we hit to submit, you can scroll down and we can see here, we've got this pending approval. The other thing that we can do here is, normally if you wanted to find a claim, you can put in the claim reference. So if I put in here, you can use this search functionality to easily identify the claims that you want to find. So I clear that out. Okay. Now if we go to our emails, we can see now that this is what the approvals would look like, all linked through the Power Platform. It's showing you all the information that you need for the transaction. And here again, you can go in, approve. Hit submit. Back to our application. Refresh the screen. You can see here, this is the one that we just approved. So it's gone from pending to approved. And you can see here, we've got our claim that's approved for payment. Okay. The other thing that you can do, again, with this application, just to show if you want to have two separate streams where claim transactions under a certain amount can be approved automatically because of that limit. If we add in a claim, now you've set the limit here to 500. So if I put in a claim of $450, and refresh, you can see that claim here automatically approved, and you can see here the approval comments auto approved less than $500. So this application is a very simple way to be able to input claim transactions, and as you can see, it's very fast in terms of the approval process. And if we actually go to the SharePoint list, just to show you, you can see these claims have been added here in the SharePoint list. And in the SharePoint list, if you want to, although you actually input the transactions in the application, of course, you can come to the SharePoint list to actually do to look at the information, which you can group by. For example, if you wanted to look at insureds, group by the insureds, Here you've got your grouping, so you can look at claims in different ways. If you wanted to group by claim type. And there you go. So you've got different ways to view the information within SharePoint, but using the application to actually input the data. But another way for the reporting, as we mentioned, is to the Power BI report. So behind all of this, we've got a Power BI report, which can enable real-time information, real-time reporting of the data. You've got here you can create different views depending on what you want to see. So we've got here the sum of the claim amount by the incident date, percentage by claim type. You can do the sum of the claim amount by claim type, and you can see the approval status. And the great thing with Power BI is that it's very interactive. So if I just want to look at the approved information, clicking on that status of approved, as you can see, it's automatically changed the other chart types to only show the information relating to approved claims. The other thing that you can do is drill down. So we've got here the claim types, but say I actually want to drill down within the property for the property subtypes. If I click now on property, you can see now it's only showing me the property claims, and you've got the two subtypes here. So Power BI, it's a really powerful reporting tool, both in terms of the data being presented immediately, but also in an interactive manner. Okay. Larry, you want to go to the next slide? Amazing.
Thank you, Aruna. Yep. So we are gonna see now the chatbot business guide. If you want to give us a quick introduction, Aruna, about what it is for and the benefits that can bring to companies.
Okay, so with the chatbot guide, so we're introducing the BDC chatbots, as Lyra said. Thank you very much to the BDC for allowing us to use this as a use case. So with staying ahead of the competition and nurturing client relationships today are essential for sustained growth in today's business market. And powered by Microsoft's Power Virtual Agent, this tool offers an intelligent, automated approach to handling inquiries, providing reports, and fostering valuable interactions between a business and their clients. So with the problems, companies often encounter a range of challenges that can impede their efforts to identify and convert leads, maintain client relationships, and efficiently manage internal operations. It can also be very time-consuming, inquiry handling. Dealing with a high volume of inquiries, whether through emails, calls, or messages, can divert resources from core business activities. There can be a resource drain where manual handling of routine queries and admin tasks can lead to resource inefficiencies and reduced productivity. And there can be missed opportunities. So delays in responding to inquiries or lack of immediate assistance can lead to missed opportunities and potential client loss. So the solution and benefits, we've got here automated inquiry handling. The virtual agent promptly addresses and routes inquiries, providing instant responses to routine questions and ensuring inquiries reach the appropriate team members. We've got resource optimization. By automating routine tasks, the agent frees up human resources to focus on more high-value activities such as relationship building and strategic planning. We've got 24/7 availability. The virtual agent is available around the clock, ensuring clients receive assistance and information even outside of business hours. We have increased client satisfaction, where instant responses, personalized interactions, and proactive engagement contribute to a high level of client satisfaction. And customer insight, where the data collected by the virtual agent provides valuable insights into client needs and guiding decision-making. So for this case, we have created a chatbot for the Bermuda Economic Development Corporation, who provide resources and support for new and existing businesses within Bermuda. In general, the BDC grants loans or other forms of financial assistance to assist persons in establishing, carrying on, or expanding small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and entities within economic empowerment zones. They offer technical advice or assistance to persons who are seeking or granted financial assistance, developing and implementing economic empowerment zones, and maintains a register of small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and economic empowerment zone business entities. So with this chatbot, we can assist the BDC in providing these services by leveraging the benefits of the cloud virtual agents. So if I share my screen. So hopefully you can all see the chatbot here. And what we've done, we've incorporated it within Teams just to show how this chatbot can be integrated within the different technologies within Microsoft. But obviously, if you wanted this chatbot to be integrated within a customer website, obviously that can be done as well. So we've got our webinar, we've got our BDC chatbot, sorry. So if I type in hi, you see the chatbot opens. What can I help you with today? So I can say, I need help with the education is. So I need help with the educational courses you offer. And you can see it automatically comes back providing the information about the lunch and learns, webinars, and all of this information is coming from the website. So I can say, if I click on one of these, so say I click on the lunch and learns, and it's bringing me straight to the website and straight to the Lunch and Learns page where people can get the information they need for this. So I can say, go back to the thing, did I answer your question? Yes. And it asks you to rate the experience. So I can say, all. Saying thanks for your feedback. And can I help you with anything else? And actually, I'm going to say yes. And it will say to you, go ahead, I'm listening. So I want to know about business loans. Do you also and straight away it's getting all the information about business loans. And again, you click on the link. And it goes to the page where they can learn about business loans. Just to show another type of questions that you can ask it. I can say the answer question, yes. Again, this time I say yes, rate the experience. I've got all the information that I need. This time I say no, thank you. So we've got everything that we want. And then ends the chat. But if I wanted to ask another question, say good morning. I want to know what services. Services to VEBC. And here, this time it's bringing up a range of topics. So you can do this. You can pick whatever topic you want. So I'm going to pick starting a business. And that's given me information here about small business startup, how-to guides, again, all the information which is on the website. But say I want to know what a small business is. I can ask that question. And here, it's providing the information, finding the answer, and the X button, how the small business is defined. So you can ask it questions, and you can also just ask what services, and it will bring up. We can customize this so it can bring up the information relevant to what you're asking. No thanks. Say I to go in and ask another question. So I want to know about business directories. I need a list of business directories. There's bringing up here some business directories, but none of these business directories are the one that I'm looking for here. So I can say to that, answer your question. I'm going to say no. So here, because I've said no, it says, would you like to contact support? And I'm going to say contact support. So again, this is a way that you can use the chatbot to direct to a support team. So if the information isn't answered, you can provide that information, your contact details. So it's a great way of being able to, if questions can be answered, they can answer through the chatbot. But if more information is needed, you're also providing a way to the support team to provide that information. So as well as the chatbot itself, the other great thing about it is that we have the analytics. So behind the chatbot, this is the analytics which provide information on your customer services, your customer service ratings, so the ratings that were provided. This is all the customer insights. And you've got here the different graphs with the engagement rate, resolution rate, session outcomes. All this information is, this can be used to determine how your chatbot is doing, if there's any new topics that you need to add, any kind of customization. It just takes a while for the information to load, but all that information through the Power Virtual Agents can be provided here. So just, in conclusion, the Power Virtual Agent is a game-changing tool that empowers teams to optimize client interactions, foster relationships, and drive growth. And a company can revolutionize its approach to client engagement and lead management, ultimately achieving greater success and driving businesses. So I'll leave it back with you, Lyra.
Yes, thank you, Aruna. There were some questions in the chat. I already answered them. So yeah, just to clarify and for everyone to see it, yes, this chatbot can be customized as much as you want. Also, it has artificial intelligence. It uses artificial intelligence, so you can see, okay, through insights, which are the most frequently asked questions. If someone is asking the same question or multiple people and we don't have the answer in the database, it will tell you to add the information. So it can be customized as much as you want, and it can include information from your website or a knowledge base that you can create, and you can see which are the most frequent questions, so you can update and customize as much as you want. Okay, so that's also in terms of a chatbot, which as Aruna mentioned, this is in Teams, but this can be migrated into your website if you want to put a chatbot into your website. I think someone else is asking questions. Can the chatbot accept and file documents received from potential clients? Can the chatbot say a client asks which services we offer and the chatbot provides option requests? Yes, you can include material as well, or you can redirect to a link where the material is. You can obviously provide just a simple link, or we can, I think you can also include attachments. I'm not sure the limitations of that, but you can also provide a link, simply a link where the document is and the customer can go directly to that. Any other questions? Anyone? Okay. Okay, if no more questions, let's continue then. Aruna, do you want to add anything else there, or are you happy to continue?
Yeah, happy to continue. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Sorry. I was mute. I'm not sure. Yeah, sorry, I was mute. So answering the question of Karim, he is asking that the chatbot, coming back to that, if the chatbot can accept a file document received from potential clients. Answering his question, yes, it can accept a file documents. We can simply put a link to where the files are. I think that will be the easiest way, but I think you can also send attachments into the chatbot. Does it answer your question, Karim? Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if he's, yes. Okay. Okay. So just continuing with that, let's move to the next one. Okay. The contract management system. Sorry, I didn't realize I was mute. So Lee, if you want to start.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good. All right. Contracts Management System is a software solution that leverages Microsoft SharePoint and Power Automate to streamline the entire life cycle of contracts within an organization. It enables efficient creation, collaboration, approval, tracking, and management of contracts, enhancing transparency, compliance, and productivity. And the use case we're going to demo here today is it's in a corporate environment, managing contracts manually or through separate systems, and this can often result in delays. So this is the problem that we're going to solve here. Results in delays, miscommunication, compliance risks, and difficulties in tracking contract status. A contract management system is needed to centralize contract-related activities, automate workflows, and ensure consistent processes across the organization. So the solution we're looking at here is leveraging SharePoint and Power Automate to provide a comprehensive solution to address these challenges. And it includes the following key features. The contract repository, which is SharePoint, and it's serving as a central repository for all the contracts. Contracts are organized in a structural manner, allowing authorized users to quickly locate, access, and review contract documents. Another key feature is contract creation. Authorized users can initiate the contract creation process by filling out a predefined form within SharePoint. This form captures essential contract details, such as parties involved, contract type, terms, and attachments. Another feature is the workflow automation, which is using Power Automate, and Power Automate is used to automate the contract workflows when a new contract is created or an existing one requires modification. Power Automate triggers predefined workflows based on business rules. Workflows can include contract review, approval, and notifications to stakeholders. So let's jump right into it here. I'll share my screen.
Yes, thank you, Lee.
Okay. So here we're looking at the contract management system in SharePoint. And this is a SharePoint list, which I'm sure most of us are familiar with. And it's using document sets. Document sets are different than just a regular SharePoint list, in that it's basically a group of related documents that you can manage as a single entity. So you create a document set in a single step, and then that defines its characteristics and metadata for all the files that you add to that document set going forward. So if we go and create a new contract, which in turn creates a new document set, and give it a name. And if we had any terms and conditions for this new contract, we would enter it here. The proposed start and end date for the contract are then entered. And in this example, it requires a PO number. And then the amount of the contract, what we set here changes what happens in the background with Power Automate. And I'll show you that here in a second. So let's enter a high amount here, 500,000. And when you save that, that creates this document set, this new one we created here at the bottom. And because it's a high amount of 500,000, it's going to go through several approvers. So you can see the first two here, second and third in the list, have 1 and 2 approvers. So because we entered a higher value here, it's going to go through 3 approvers. And this is determined, like I say, in Power Automate in the backend. So just to give you a quick overview of Power Automate, this is that flow that gets triggered. And if you go and look at that flow, you have a bunch of if-then statements asking you how much was entered for that dollar amount. And depending on what you enter, it's going to go and request approval from different authorities. So along with being able to quickly edit the Power Automate flow, which is that screen we were just in, you can go and view the history of the flows that have ran in the past. So you can see this one here is currently running. That's the one I just triggered. That's currently running. And if you wanted to go and look at a history of previous flows, you can do that as well. So I just got the request for the one that's running, and I have the Power Automate flow to send an email as well as give me an alert on Teams. So if I show you my Teams screen, you can see here, I just got this request telling me that there has been a new contract entry, and it's asking for the first level of approval, in this case, cabinet approval, and I can either reject, approve, or reassign this approval to someone else in the company. I can also add comments here that would go back to the person who submitted the contract for approval. Now, keep in mind, because I did enter that high dollar amount, this is only the first level. So if I go back to SharePoint, I can refresh this page, and I can see now that it's with 2 of 3, so the second one would be the Prime Minister to get approval from. And it will keep going through these 3. So the next email would go out to the Prime Minister. Obviously, in this case, I used my own email and Teams account to get the alerts. And once it is approved, it's going to change to the status of approved here, or if it was rejected, it would become rejected and the status would change accordingly. And the person who had submitted or created rather this contract would get an email notification telling them it's been rejected or approved if it was approved and went through all three approvers in this example. So the benefits of the system are obviously efficiency. Automated workflows reduce manual tasks, leading to faster contract processing. Transparency, stakeholders have real-time visibility into contract status and changes. Compliance, automated checks enhance adherence to regulatory and internal requirements. Productivity, reduced administrative overhead allows staff to focus on higher value tasks. And data-driven decisions. Analytics and reporting provide insights for better contract management strategies. So in conclusion, the contracts management system powered by SharePoint and Power Automate transforms contract management within the organization by streamlining processes, ensuring compliance, and enhancing collaboration. It empowers the organization to efficiently manage contracts, reduce risks, and drive better outcomes from its contractual relations.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you very much. Do you want to continue with the next one?
Yeah, sure. As long as there's no questions, move on to the next one here.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Right. Let's share my screen again here in a second.
Do you want to tell us the benefits of the sort tracker and feedback collector?
Yeah, I'll share my screen in a second here. Okay, so the store tracker, shopping store issue tracker. It's a mobile and web browser software solution designed to streamline and manage various operational issues and concerns that arise within a physical shopping store environment. It enables store staff and management to efficiently log, track, prioritize, and resolve issues, ensuring a smooth and effective operation. So in this use case, the problem is identified as imagining a scenario where a busy grocery store experiences a wide range of issues on a daily basis. These issues could include equipment malfunctions, customer complaints, inventory issues, cleanliness concerns, and the lack of a centralized system to handle these issues often leads to miscommunication, delayed resolutions, and a negative impact on customer satisfaction. So this solution, it provides a comprehensive solution to address these challenges, and it's designed to log issues, prioritize and assign these issues, offers real-time tracking, escalations and notifications, data analysis and reporting, and it can integrate with existing systems. So let's get into this one here, and I'll share my screen. All right. So in this case, I'm going to show you what you would be seeing on your smartphone. So this is Power Apps, and when Power Apps is installed on any smartphone, you just open it up and it'll take you straight to an app looking like this. And basically what this is just an interface that connects your smartphone with, in this case, a SharePoint list. So Power Apps can use SharePoint as the data source, SQL, whatever data source you have, Excel sheets even. Power Apps can connect to that and give you an interface on your smart device to communicate with that data source. So this right now, what we're looking at is a Power App for the grocery store issue tracker. And what that is looking at is this SharePoint list right here. So the Power App is just a way to communicate with that SharePoint list. So let's go ahead and create a new issue for the store. And in this scenario, we have 3 separate stores, and depending on which store you select, the manager of that store would get an email. And you can also have it narrowed down to a department within that store, so it can further narrow down who's getting that email or alert. In this case, it's an email as well, again, as a SharePoint, or sorry, not a SharePoint, Microsoft Teams alert if you're using Microsoft Teams. And you can set a priority for the issue, and you just describe what the issue is. And by default, it's requested by the user who is logged into the Power App, which would be myself in this scenario. And it also defaults to the status of to do. If you're late reporting this issue, you could change it to being in progress already or what have you, but it's going to default to do. And you can set a start date. Most cases, you're probably going to want it done ASAP, so set that to today and set it to be due today. And upon creation, you can see it automatically updates your list of issues within your Power App. And if you're to go back and look at that SharePoint list and refresh that, you're going to see that it also added that issue here as well. And let's look at my email here. So in a minute here, I'm going to get an email because I had selected the Hamilton store. In this case, I used my own email, so I would get an email telling me that there is a new issue, and it's going to give me the option then to either open that issue within SharePoint if I'm on my laptop or PC, or if I was on my smartphone, it's also going to give me the option within that email to open that within Power Apps. So it can open the Power Apps application right on your smartphone if you're away from the desk as a manager. And once you do that, you can go in. So here's the email now, as I was mentioning that. So it's going to give me this option here to open the issue that was just created in Power Apps or in SharePoint. And then at that point, I can go in. So I open it in SharePoint here. I can then at that point go in and assign it to a specific team member in the assign to. And whoever I assign that to is then going to get an email saying this task has been created for you. Go clean up the milk that was spilled in aisle 2 or what have you. And so you just go and save that, and then that's going to send off an email to the person you had just assigned that to. So in conclusion, the shopping store issue tracker is a powerful tool that helps stores efficiently manage operational issues, improve customer satisfaction, and enhance overall store performance by providing a centralized platform for issue management. It transforms the way stores handle challenges, ensuring a seamless and enjoyable shopping experience for customers while maintaining efficient store operations. So speaking of enjoyable shopping experience for customers, when they're done shopping, they would often get a receipt if they chose to get one. And what we've done here is we've created a example receipt with a barcode that you can scan. And this is also integrating with the Microsoft Power suite of applications. So what I'm going to do now is quickly transfer this call to my smartphone. If you give me a second, so that I can show you what happens here when we Okay, so I'm now on my smartphone. Are you able to hear me?
Yes. And just
Okay.
to let you know, everyone, you can scan if you want to try while he's doing the scanning thing, you can do it as well. Okay.
Yeah, please, if you have your smartphone handy, give it a shot. Just pull
Yeah.
up your camera, scan the QR code, and you can enter some feedback here. So, Lire, just confirm you can see my screen on my phone here?
Yes, we can see your teams right now.
Okay, excellent. So I'm going to open up my camera, and you can see it scan the QR code there, and I'm going to click the link. Close that window, and then it takes me to the store survey that we've created using Microsoft Forms. Going to quickly fill this out, and this also uses Power Automate in the back end. So when you submit this form, if you give it any star less than three and below, so in this case I'll give it 2, it's automatically going to trigger Flow in Power Automate, and it's going to send an email to the manager saying you've received some bad feedback. So I'll quickly finish filling these fields out here. And submit. And now that that's submitted, I'm going to, in the meantime, my laptop here for this call. Okay, so back on my laptop here. I'm going to share my screen again. And you can see here, I just received an email saying I received negative feedback. And customers just submitted negative feedback about their shopping experience. You can review the survey response at the following link. So as the manager, I'm going to click that. It's going to take me to the Microsoft Forms results. I'll need to log in here. Sorry, one moment. Okay, and you can see it's gonna give me all the results, and it's gonna give me some graph information on the feedback as well. And I can open up all the results in Excel. And so I can download the Excel file, and it's gonna present all the results to me in a spreadsheet form. So this is, like I say, useful for any physical shopping store if you want to get feedback and on your shopping experience, and then use that going forward for Power BI reports. And yeah, that's it. I'll pass it back to you, Lire.
Okay, in this case, use case utilization report. Do you want to start, Lee? Thank you very much for the other demo. Thank you.
Okay. One moment here. All right. Utilization reports. The Power BI utilization report is a data visualization tool designed to help project managers monitor and analyze the utilization of employees within an organization. This report leverages Power BI's capabilities to present utilization data in an easily understandable and actionable format. The use case we're presenting here today had the issue of organizations often struggle to effectively monitor and manage employee utilization, leading to inefficiencies in resource allocation, project delays, and increased costs. A tool that provides a clear overview of employee utilization is essential for optimizing workforce management. So the solution is the Power BI utilization report addresses this challenge by offering a comprehensive solution. So let's go right to this Power BI report. Share my screen again. Okay. Seeing my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Thanks. Okay, so just included some made up names here and made up data as well. And as Aruna pointed out earlier, these Power BI reports are very interactive. You can do drill down to see data. In this case, we have a date selector. So as soon as you change that date slider, it's going to update the reports almost instantaneously. So you can see how they're all updating there. If I wanted to narrow down to just a specific division within the company, so I wanted to just look at managed services, I would click on that and it's only showing me now, or highlighting rather, the employees in managed services and their utilization. And that's going to change depending on which division you select. Along with that, you can also drill down. So say I wanted to look at John Thomas, and for these dates I have selected and I wanted to drill down into that more, I'm going to select John's row here and click view details, and it's going to just show me all the entries he has for those dates and what he was working on, costs, etc. And so the benefits of this are visibility. Managers gain real-time visibility into employee utilization patterns. Efficiency, optimized resource allocation leads to increased project efficiency. Decision-making, informed decisions can be made regarding staffing, project assignments, and training. Transparency, employees can see how their time is allocated, fostering accountability if you chose to share this report with employees, of course. And proactive management, early identification of utilization issues enables timely interventions. Sorry,
Lee,
I just realized I
could,
wasn't on camera there. Sorry about that.
That's okay. And Lee, while you're bringing the camera on, if I could add in there that this data is data that's entered once, and then you're taking from that data, so you're not getting multiple entries of data. So the data integrity is secure because it goes in once, but then we can report on it with Power BI and the Power Platform. So that's what makes it really, really advantageous to kind of get this information. So it's not like you're entering this data somewhere else to pull this out. It's been entered once. It's there in the system that it's supposed to be in, and we're just drawing from that.
Right.
Yes,
And sorry.
Yeah, that's correct. And it's also live data, right? Like we can do a schedule to information to be refreshed, but if you need live data, you can have live data as well. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, so in conclusion, the Power BI employee utilization bar chart report provides a powerful tool for organizations to manage employee utilization effectively by visualizing utilization data in an easily understandable format. It empowers decision makers to optimize resource allocation, improve project efficiency, and drive better outcomes across the organization.
Thank you, Lee. Yeah, this was good. Okay, let me share screen with you again. And let me just put the camera. Okay. Okay. Awesome. So we are going to just cover the last two use cases. So the next use case is the employee change notification. For the employee change notification is a solution designed for HR operations. So we automate the tracking and notification of employee changes. This is confidential and efficient form that simplifies the submission of personal updates, ensuring that HR remains promptly informed about new hires, job status change, retirements, departments. So why we did this? The problem identification is that, well, the HR department has encountered challenge prior the implementation of this, right? So for example, they have manual process inefficiencies. So they have to manually introduce everything that was time consuming. It was leading to delays in updating employee records. Sometimes the information was not accurate. There were errors that impacts the some compliance issues. There were confidentiality concerns as well because there was like manual paperwork, that there was like risk for confidential employee information being accessed by unauthorized individuals. Also, the IT department need to be notified about some of the employee chains, but not all of the employee chains. Some information needs to be hid for them. So that will lead in multiple forms with the same information. That it was my time consuming. So documentation loss, that was another thing that they were struggling. So they have like manual handling of paperwork increase the chance of the documentation to get lost, leading to disruptions in record keeping and administrative tasks. So the overview, how we overcome all of these challenges, right? So basically, we create an automated submission. So we created a form that provides a centralized digital platform for submitting employee changes, eliminating all the manual paperwork through the entire process. Also, confidentiality assurance. The form ensures that employee information is confidential and accessible only to authorized HR personnel. We have real-time notifications, so upon submissions, HR is automatically notified via email, receiving all relevant information in an attachment. Error minimization, it reduces human error by resulting in more accurate and up-to-date employee records. So we have some fields that they are validated or the fields that they are mandatory to include, so they cannot submit unless these fields have been filled. The benefits that can bring to the company as well. Time and resource savings, reduce the time spent on paperwork, enabling HR personnel to focus on strategic tasks. Data accuracy, minimize errors, ensuring that employee records are accurate. Confidentiality, protect sensitive employee information. Fostering trust and compliance. A streamlined process, real-time notification, automate workflows, expedite employee change updates, enhancing overall efficiency. So in conclusion, the employee change notification form is a game-changing tool that modernizes HR operations, driving efficiency, confidentiality, and accuracy. By eliminating manual paperwork and enhancing data security and streamlined communication, this solution empowers HR to manage employee change effectively, allowing for swift decision-making and informed personal management. Ultimately, the form exemplifies the profound positive impact of technology in reshaping traditional HR processes. So I'm going to show you now how this works. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing this. And I'm going to go to the webinar. I'm going to show you from here the employee change notification. So again, we are using here a SharePoint list. We have classified the status of the employee, the type of the employee change by event. So this is in SharePoint. You can group by multiple staff. In this case, we decide to group by the type of the change notification that the personnel has submitted. So it's easily to see, okay, we have 5 people that they have a job change, 6 new hires, 2 rehires, and 6 termination. So we expand, we can see the examples that we have submitted. Now we are going to submit a new one. And this is how it looks. So this is a SharePoint form using Power Apps on the backend to customize it. You can see some of information comes automatically. So here it says welcome later with my picture on it. This comes from the system. Also, who is creating it automatically, I cannot modify that. But I can modify the effective day, right? So I want to change the effective day because this is not going to happen until tomorrow. But I want to submit information beforehand. Okay, and then we have different type of events depending on what we select. The event reason change. So in this case, we are gonna do a new hire. Let me see if it will be a new hire, the right one. Yeah, let's do a new hire. So I'm gonna do a new hire, and I'm gonna include here the details of the new employee. So the new employee is gonna be called Leire Hernandez. Employee number, position title, head of the app staff. This is the phone. You can automatically fill it. The direct report is gonna be Eugene. Employee type is gonna be salaried, and it's gonna be the division is gonna be operations technology, and there is no subdepartment there. So automatically you see the new hire there. So this is gonna be changed to 7 when I submit it. So it's changing to 7, and this is automatically submitted, okay? And now it should receive notification. You can create as much as views here in SharePoint as you want. This is just an example, but you can just, if you don't like the way that it looks with the job, the event type, you can change and group by different categories, okay? You can group by, let's say you want to group by division, you can group by department, you can group by whatever you want. Okay, in this case, we thought that this was a good way to show the information. Also, this is fully customized. You can change colors if you want, as you saw in the samples before. Okay, so now that this is submitted, we'll receive an email. Okay, and this is how the email looks. Okay, expand it. So this is a new hire notification. Okay, so what it happens here, and this is how this, you see this information comes from the form we submit. Because of confidentiality reasons, the requirement of the customer was like, later, I want HR to be notified automatically about this, but after this form is submitted, I want this form to not be accessible by anyone. So these forms, after they got submitted, they got high, nobody can see them from SharePoint, but HR will receive this notification and with information coming from the form, and automatically will be able to see what's going on, okay? There are 2 types of notifications, and this is a real case scenario that the customer asked. One information is from HR, the other information, as you can see here, is from IT, okay? And sometimes information is not the same. And in this case, they wanted also to include an attachment with the information. Okay, so if I open the attachment, it's exactly the same information, but they wanted to have it like in an attachment as well. And this comes into the email automatically. Okay, so as you can see, it's different ways. Let me show you just another example on how this could be useful and save up your time. Let's say we don't want to have a new hire, but we can have our job change of an existing person, and it's going to be a promotion. You know, it's going to be a career progression. We don't need to fill this because why we fill this and we make any error. So what we do is, yes, we just put the person of the that has been promoted, like for example, Eugene, and all the information automatically comes from the system, from the Active Directory. So this is a very nice way to not have to fill information that is already in the system, right? This is an existing employee of the company. We don't need to refill this information. We just do this, we select employee, and automatically these fields are filled, and also the email address is filled here, and all of that. And now you can just fill and include the number of the employee, position title, the new position title. That's why this is a required field. And let's say if I try to save this and I don't put all the required fields, right? So automatically it will give me an error. Please insert all the required fields. This is a very good way to validate the information here and to make sure information is being filled and is being filled in the right way, in the way that needs to be filled, okay? So this is just an example. I'm not going to submit this because you already seen the email, but this is just an example about how to validate information here and how to make sure the information is being filled in the right way. And just including some mandatory fields, some drop-down lists, and validating this information, okay? So this is how the employee change notification is helping end business users, HR specifically, to make decisions quicker and to have the information of all the employees accurate. Okay. Any questions in relation to this? Not sure if anyone put something in the chat. I'm gonna go back here. Okay, no questions. Okay, so if no questions, I'm gonna continue to the next one. And the next one is KPI performance process. So let me show you this here and here. Okay. So this is a KPI performance review system. This is something we did here internally in the company. So this is also a real case scenario. The challenge that CCS company was facing is that the management of the performance review process sometimes was delayed or it was overlooked, right? So we implement a strategic automatic solution that assess this process. So basically, we eliminate all the manual inefficiencies, minimize errors, and ensure a seamless and accurate review cycle. So what was the main problem? Delay initiation, right? The quarterly performance review process often began late or was entirely forgotten due to manual oversight, leading to inconsistent and inefficient evaluations. The other issue that we had miscalculations. They had to calculate manually the performance review, right? This introduced risk, errors, impact the accuracy of employee appraisals, and undermine the credibility of the review process. We also had version control issues. Why? Because we often finish with multiple copies of performance review documents, proliferated, causing confusion and making it challenging to maintain a single authoritative record. So the KPI process solution offers a remedy to all these problems identified. Why? Automate initiation. Our solution initiates the performance review process automatically at the start of each quarter. An email is being sent at the start of each quarter, just telling them, like, look, you have to initiate the process. This quarter is coming. This will eliminate the risk of delays. We also have reminders after the quarter, telling management to start working in the KPI process. Okay, so accurate calculation. This is an important one. We have advanced algorithms. Automation calculates performance average automatically by removing the need of manual intervention. So you don't need to calculate it manually, basically. Then we have consolidate record keeping. All employee reviews are consolidated into a single centralized file. We don't end with multiple versions of the same file. Okay, this prevents the proliferation of multiple versions and creates a unified record that simplifies tracking, auditing, and reporting. Benefits and impact: efficiency, ensure timely reviews and freeing up valuable human resources; accuracy, eliminating manual calculations; ensures precise performance evaluations; boosting the credibility of the review process, consistency, centralized record keeping prevents version control issues and provides single source of truth, employee satisfaction. A smoother, error-free process fosters a more positive employee experience, promoting engagement and morale. So the KPI process implemented in CCS not only resolves the challenge associated with performance review process, but also paves the way for a more streamlined, accurate, and efficiency approach. This story demonstrates the transformative power of technology in revolutionary traditional process, ultimately leading to improved organizational outcomes and employee satisfaction. Okay, I'm going to show you very quick how this works. So if we go to the performance review process, okay, I'm going to create a performance review for, you can see there are different types of performance review for consultants, IT technician, and also for sales, okay? So if I create a new performance review, I can select the type of performance review, the employee type that we have. The reason behind this is that they have different templates. So people, they are evaluate in different ways depending on the employee type category that they have, employee type, okay? So we are going to do a consultant review. I'm going to be the performance reviewer for Eruna, okay? And I'm going to be myself, and I'm going to be, Eugene is going to fill as well. But Eugene, you are not going to need to share a screen. You just fill it when you receive the email, okay? And I'm going to put this performance review, Eruna, okay? And that's it. So I click save. Okay, so this is the document set. And if we wait a little bit, we'll see some files coming here automatically. One file per performance reviewer. Okay. So yes, let me refresh a little bit. And then after these files come, those are Excel files with the template of the performance review that they need to fill. Okay. As you can see, I can classify this by period and then by employee type, consultant or technician. But you can classify this by wherever you want. This is again using SharePoint with some Power Automate in the back end, okay? So let me show you this, how it looks. It's still going on. I can show you a previous example if this is taking too long. Yes, for the time being. Let me show you one that I didn't create before. Okay, so this is the documents that are generated automatically, one per reviewer. Why? Because this is going to be filled by Eugene, this is going to be filled by Leiren, okay? So once we are ready to start the process, let's say I generate these documents today, right? And now tomorrow I'm ready to start the process. We just click, let me see if already generated. Okay, so this is the one for Eruna. Yeah, this is the one I created, sorry. I'm gonna do it another one for consultants. Sorry about that. Okay, so consultant Pierre Lee. Performance review is gonna be Leiren. And it's gonna be Eugene. Okay. And employee is gonna be Lee. Okay. Okay. Let me save this. Okay, as you can see. Okay, so this will fill with information. So let me show you an example of a one that already created. So let's say we want to start the process. What we do is just, let me see, it's still not there. We see is just go here. And we just go to automate and we decide. We are the one who decide we want to start the process. So we just say, okay, start the process. And then we decide the quarter, okay? So in this case, we are gonna evaluate the quarter one, okay? Just click here and I run the flow. And what this does is just it sends an email to all the reviewers, in this case, Leiren and Eugene, with the link. It changed the performance review started to yes, with the link to those two files, okay? And only the people who has these two files, only me will be able to see what's in here. Only Eugene will be able to see is in here, but I will not be able to see what Eugene has completed or what, someone else. Like if there are 5 reviewers doing it, I will only see my own review, okay? So an email has been generated. So let me just show you. Okay, I just receive it with high importance as well, so you can configure that. And it says, please complete the performance review for QA for Aruna by clicking here and following the instructions below. Here are all the instructions, so I click here and automatically get redirected to the document that is there, okay? And now I start to include my comments, okay? Well, I already did this, but I will start including my comments. As you can see, let me see if I can go to the list, still not there. Let me see this one, for example, that is not being completed. So this is also validated in Excel. So this is a mix of Excel. So you can see this is in red. So it means that you need to fill that, okay? So you put here and automatically it goes black. If I put a different punctuation, the system will tell me that no, it needs to be a decimal between 1 and 5. So, okay, that's fine. I will give it 4, 5, 6. Okay, made a mistake. So this is also validated, okay, against errors. Okay, so I'm going to put all size here. And then direct feedback, I can include a test. Here, all the comments. And then Eugene will fill his form, his Excel. Okay, at the end. So, okay, that's fine. He's asking me for request. It's fine. Okay, so once I finish, I don't even need to save this because this is on the it's Excel online, right? So this is being filled automatically. So you just can close this. Okay, close this stuff. And now this is being filled, and then Eugene can do the same with that, okay? I'm just going to show you just an example that has been already done because I don't want to spend, oh, see, it's already been created. I don't want to spend too much time of that, but this is how it will look, okay, when this is finished. So let's say you have filled all the information. Let me show you what is in here, okay? Eugene later has included some comments here, okay? Those are my comments. Those are Eugene. Oh, by the way, also, this information is being filled automatically. The name of the consultant and the name of the reviewer plus the date. So you don't have to fill that, okay? So this is just a template that is being used. So let's say this is already finished, what we do. Then the next step will be just go here, and we just go here and we just say, okay, I want you to calculate my performance review. Everyone has finished introducing the performance review. I want you to calculate, and then you specify the quarter. Okay. So in this case, let's say Q1, you run the flow, and then automatically the results are here. There is a consolidated review that has been created automatically. Base is an average of all the reviewers. In this case, it's only Eugene and Leire, but if there will be more, it will be the average of all of them plus with the comments. So this is how it will look. Okay, so the comments will be separated by a slash. In this case, this person didn't include comment here, that's why it's not there. And then this is the average, okay, of the punctuation between the people. And this is a template that automatically fills, and that's it. When the performance review gets generated, automatically finance and management receives an email saying, hey, the performance review has been completed, has been consolidated in one. Hey, you have all of this, you have here the summary of all of this. And because this is anonymous, we don't want to include who include these comments, right? So we just include the comments, but we don't include the person who include the comments, right? We have the average and the comments of all the reviewers. So this is how a very easy way you can automate and calculate everything automatically without having your interaction. You don't need to interact at all. You just press a button, boom. This is a fill. Press another button, boom, an email is being sent to the right people, So that's an example of a performance review process and how to automate the performance review process. Do you have any questions in relation to this? We are going to jump now to the questions and answers, but I'm wondering if anyone has. I'm going to give you now control. Let me see. Okay, no questions? Okay, so I'm going to jump to the next slide, which is going to be what's next, and then we are going to cover questions and answers, okay? So, what's next? We are having an upcoming Power BI training session. We are having an upcoming Power Platform training session as well, in case you are interested. For the Power Platform training, it's very, very basic. It's not for like very savvy people, but you will see the basics of the tools that we use today. We are gonna see what is Microsoft 365 Copilot. So probably we'll do a webinar in the future about Microsoft 365 Copilot. Stay tuned about that. And for people who are more interested in when to use Teams, when to use Outlook, when to use SharePoint. Later, what do I do with all of these tools, right? We have so many tools now with the Office 365 ecosystem in case you are using it, that like most of our customers don't know what to do. So we are going to have a boot camp as well, an upcoming boot camp of the Microsoft 365 and Workplace boot camp that is going to be with tricks on how to be more efficient, when to use Teams, when to use SharePoint, when to use OneDrive, what's the main difference between them. And this is non-technical at all. This is for management, decision makers. So in case you are interested to know more about the Microsoft 365 ecosystem, we have all of these upcoming training sessions, this webinar about Microsoft 365 Copilot. In case you didn't hear about Microsoft 365 Copilot, it's going to be a revolution for the developers. It's going to be similar to what ChatGPT does, but for developers, and it's going to be part of the Power Platform. So you guys are going to be able to create anything from the scratch without having to put a single line of code with Microsoft 365 Copilot. Okay, so probably we'll have a webinar about that, but I'm going to send you a form. You let me know your ideas about what we would like to hear next. But yeah, those are the things that are coming next. Where you can find these. So you can go to our website, okay, and you can go from here to training, and here we have everything announced. So you can see here the webinar, but we have also another Power Platform training on the 29th of September. It's a full day training. If you are interested in getting certified in the Power Platform, PL 400, I think it is, you can come. Learn about this. This is the basics. So this is the starting point about the Power Platform fundamentals course, about the tools that we have used in this bootcamp. So you just can click here and register, and that's it. We still have to decide this one, the modern workplace, but and probably we'll have another about the just focus on Power BI. But yes, please stay tuned with this, and yeah, and thank you for joining. Any questions so far? And if you want to just unmute yourself, you can. Now it's time for any kind of questions that you can have. Please feel free. No questions?
Lydia, it was really good. Thanks for going over that. I guess selfishly as a finance guy, and your next tutorial, if you can get some finance specific
Yeah.
cases in there, that'd be really helpful for me.
Okay.
But otherwise, I thought it was really beneficial.
Okay.
And thank you.
Awesome.
And definitely interested in the Copilot.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
really excited to use that tool. So
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we are too. We are very excited. Thank you very much, Matthew. Thanks for joining us. And yes, we'll get your feedback, and we'll focus probably we're gonna do kind of like webinars focused on industry. So maybe we'll do one just for finance, and yes, we'll put everyone there who wants to join related to finance join. But just to let you know, Power BI, anything that we done with Power BI can be applicable to finance. You know, the contract management systems that Aruna was showing before, all of that. So those are just examples, but you can customize as much as you want, and you can use in real case scenarios whatever situation you have. You know, so you come us with a problem that you don't know how to solve, we can do that work for you, like Aruna is expert business analyst, all of that, you know. So
Yeah, great. Appreciate it. Thank you.
thank you. Anyone else? If not, this session is recorded. So in case I'm gonna send you a link with the session. I'm gonna also send you a link with the recording for the webinar, with a form survey, so you will fill and you will get us new ideas about what you want to hear next. We take notes about the finance, but yeah, thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you. Thank you,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Well,
Thank you.
well
Bye.
done,
Bye
guys.
then. Bye
Awesome
bye.
Thanks,
job.
Erin.
Thanks
Bye.
so much. Take care.
Bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.